And here we go, guys. PINKROID, OSSERU! As we get into this match right here, pre-bans will be coming out shortly. Very curious to see what the pre-bans are going to be with both of these players here.
I think OSSERU has to pre-ban the Tin Link from the PINKROID. Like, that's an obvious pre-ban. He's going to have to pre-ban it and then ban it the next time if he wants to play his normal strategy here. PINKROID can pretty much take out anything he wants. He has every single unit that OSSERU has. He's, got more points here on the ladder. He's definitely a more experienced player here. I mean, he might just take out some units that present some volatility in the matchup, maybe like Shizukas and weird things like that. This does decide to respect the Geo.
Respects the Geo in the pre-ban here, banning that out. And OSSERU going to be banning out the Tianlang for the side of PINKROID.
So I think we're going to see an Oliver first pick. If you take out the Geo, you're going to take out the Oliver. Oliver generally semi-weak into Geo. Goes with the Moor first. Interesting. So we're going to see a Moor probably in the one of the best Mashas I've ever seen. Plus some potentially AoE things. Draft's very open-ended at this point.
Yep, see what OSSERU is going to be drafting in response to the first pick of PINKROID with that Water Ryu. OSSERU going to be drafting units right now, and it is going to be the Shizuka and Kano.
Interesting to see the Kano picked at this point in time here. We're going to see probably an Oliver Masha or an Oliver Changpeng. Oliver Praha's also okay here. It's going to set him up to be able to do some AoE later, or single target with the Masha as well. So he's a very open-ended draft here. And if I'm OSSERU here, I'm under a lot of pressure here. There's a lot of heat that PINKROID is bringing. So you need to bring some sort of immunity, some way to play back turn 2. So taking the Diana here, and then taking a Leo. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting pick here with a Diana and Leo from OSSERU. PINKROID with the Oliver Praha. Let's see who's going to be drafting here in response to seeing this Diana and Leo.
Kind of an interesting dilemma here. That Leo makes it very tough. Usually you don't want to lock in your ban by the time you finish your picks here, but that Leo is a very good pick into that opening here. PINKROID showing off his shiny new toy, showing us that Shan, showing us that Joe gun here. So I think we're going to see maybe not even a Leo ban. Goes with the Changpeng and said, we might see a Leo ban. It doesn't have to be. But if OSSERU procs a couple times, he could come back. This is a team in which OSSERU can proc and come back with.
Yeah, very interesting. RoboG92 is going to be coming out, wrapping up the draft from OSSERU here. I can't help but say Leo will be the ban here, but we'll find out as these players have this countdown coming down here for bans.
Interesting here. So we're going to see probably a ban on the Changpeng here coming out from OSSERU. If he's going to take a Robo last, I would guess it's a Changpeng. But it really could be anything. I mean, there's just PINKROID's team just synergizes so well. Oliver's also fine pre-ban as well. The Leo, obviously, the difficult unit to deal with. So what we're going to see here, it's going to come down to the speed of that Moor versus that Robo, and also the speed of the other units that follow up to see how well-tuned PINKROID is to see if that Robo cuts him or not. If the Robo doesn't cut him, PINKROID's going to have a really strong opener.
Let's see what happens. We get into our first match between OSSERU and PINKROID. We've got PINKROID kicking things off with a Water Ryu second skill. Let's see what kind of value he gets out of this unit.
And we see one of the world's slowest Robos here, definitely on Violent. Oh, Nemesis! Nemtrap Robo does lay down skill 2 and is going to have the ability to full team stun here.
Yeah, definitely not something PINKROID is ready to see there. Nemtrap Robo going in for the big stuns here. Gets 1, 2, 3, 4! Stuns coming out of OSSERU here. Diana looking to apply some serious damage to the field.
Wow, definitely not something we've ever seen before. Nemtrap Robo basically got him the game here, stunned up the entire team here. That's a lot of tempo. OSSERU definitely shown that he came here to play.
A master strategist indeed. OSSERU laying down the law up against PINKROID in this very first match.
Yeah, there's no way PINKROID's coming back from this. That's just too much damage. He's taking overtime. 2 units left, and OSSERU takes this one 1-0.
Massive victory from OSSERU.
Wow, what an innovative way to play the Wind Robo. I started by saying that was the world's slowest Wind Robo, and now we know why. I thought it was Violent, as we've seen in some of the lesser drafts and lesser builds that I've seen out there. Violent's not the way you want to do your Wind Robo, but Nemtrap Robo is interesting.
Look, I rarely will cut in during a match, but it's your boy Digon. I'm back. Man, Make It a Bud would have lost that match in his game too, because that's what all of us were looking at. We're like, what is this Robo? Surprise, it's the trap card, and it's game number 1 over to OSSERU. That was probably one of the coolest moments I've seen in my years of covering SWC. Because it just surprised everybody.
Well put, Digon.
Oh, man.
Definitely not something anyone was expecting, and definitely not something that anyone in the back room was expecting for sure. I mean, that's not something, a build we've ever seen on the ladder yet. At least I haven't seen it in all my matches. Just what an innovative pick. And you know what would be interesting is if he had multiple Robos. Nemtrap Robos, Swift Robos. That would be something. So all of you at home that are thinking about how to ruin your teams, having multiple Robos is not off the table here. This is very viable.
Yep, definitely not. OSSERU calls himself a magician, and we're going to see what's up his sleeve as we get into round number 2 here. Nana is going to get the pre-ban, and Oliver as well.
Yeah, so definitely worked some magic there. The magician worked his tricks, and PINKROID fell for it. So we're going to see the Oliver pre-ban, the Nana pre-ban here. There's going to be a Tian Lang on PINKROID's side if he chooses to use it. Again, also does have that Sean here. Doesn't have the Oliver, but again, he went for a more opening last time. So not sure if the Oliver is the right pre-ban.
Nope, we've got Dominic and Mo Long being drafted by PINKROID, the Shizuka, obviously the first pick coming out of OSSERU. OSSERU looking to respond to those 2 units here.
Yeah, the Dominic Mo Long, it's kind of interesting not to take a speed lead here, but perfectly fine if your opponent has not laid one down here. OSSERU most likely will go with some sort of a Geo, knowing how he plays, a Geo and a Carnal or something like that would be how he probably is going to lay this out. So we see the Carnal, do we see the Geo? I think we're going to see some mix of that. See the Changpeng, I like this a little bit more actually. Changpeng allows him to cleave here. PINKROID instantly has to respond with a speed lead when your opponent lays a Changpeng like that. Lays a Woos, so he's the Woosa to deal with the Carnal. The Tableau to deal with just speed overall here. Allows him to basically have a strong opener, allow his Dominic and Mo Long to move twice. So good drafts overall by PINKROID.
Yeah, most definitely. You can tell that PINKROID's still comfortable here. He does not look nervous. He does not look like he was thrown from that first match here. As much as I feel like anybody would, looking at that first match. Diana looked like it's coming back to the field once again for OSSERU, and one last pick, it is going to be the Leo.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about a Diana at this point in time here. Diana basically is a free win in the Tian Lang, so we're going to see a ban on the Leo. When you lay a Tian Lang into Diana, you're always going to let the Diana through. So the Leo's likely the ban, the Tian Lang is a force ban. So those are the 2 bans here. If not, someone made a big mistake here, because those have to, I mean, the Tian Lang is an auto win into a Diana usually. And the Leo just disrupts the Tableau, disrupts everything on PINKROID's side. So those are the bans that make sense. You're going to see a very strong opener from the Dominic and Mo Long into OSSERU's team there. And basically OSSERU is going to lose a unit off the bat, potentially too.
All right, there's the bans and speed lead coming out for PINKROID, HP lead coming out for OSSERU. We've got round number 2, and we've got Wusa kicking things off, potentially throwing up that immunity.
Definitely not throwing the immunity. Likely going to go skill 2 to do some damage here. Going to use the Dominic to do a lot of damage, and then has a Mo Long skill 3, and then a Tableau to reset the team and come back again. So we're going to see 2 units go down, 1 unit go down, if not 2 this time around.
There's that big damage going on Diana. Diana not taking the kind of damage that PINKROID was going to be hoping for.
Yeah, definitely not taking enough damage there, but now we see that immunity come out. We're going to see that Diana go down, skill 2 going down, that Diana doesn't take a turn. We might even see this Changpeng drop.
Yeah, Changpeng taking a ton of damage. There's the additional turn. PINKROID looking for a commanding lead in round number 2.
As PINKROID would say it himself, that was a demonstration of pure skill there. Taking the extra turn there, taking those procs, and that is 4 units to 2 here. And if I can count correctly, that's a very, very good position to be in.
Definitely a good position indeed. Goes with big skill 2, landing that branding as well. Rolling doubles, getting the additional turn, and more damage coming towards that Shizuka. That is going to be the nail in the coffin right there. PINKROID responds very quickly with a round 2 victory.
PINKROID basically taking this one off the draft as called. He just has so much redundancy with that Dominic, with that Mo Long, and the Tableau behind it. He has a whole team to basically take 3 units with impactful skills, taking 2 turns each. I mean, that's just too much to deal with when you run a turn 2 team. That's why initially I said I think OSSERU is going to be in a lot of trouble if he only relies on turn 2. I think you can pull a robo trick once, fool me once, right? It can work. But I don't think he can. I don't think this is going to work too many times. I wouldn't even be surprised to see that be pre-banned from PINKROID and just go for the cleave from here on out.
Yep, let's see what happens. But like I said, I'm going to bring this up one more time. PINKROID is extremely confident. Look at this man as he sits there, cold stone. This guy is fearing nothing. Even after that first round loss there, he hasn't budged. He looks like he is very, very comfortable right now.
Definitely looking very comfortable indeed. I mean, he's been here before. He's been to the finals. He knows how to deal with pressure. OSSERU looking very strong too. I mean, we didn't expect to see that trick early, so I'm very excited for this match. It'll be interesting to see what other trick OSSERU has. He's the magician. We need to see another trick.
Let's see what he's got as we get into round number 3 with PINKROID and OSSERU. Pre-bans from last time is going to be the Nana and the Oliver. Those 2 units are now available. We have new pre-bans coming out right now.
Yeah, again, we're going to see likely the Tian Lang pre-ban from OSSERU. Tian Lane makes the most sense. I think the Robo needs to be pre-banned. Takes out the Diana instead. So this tells me that he just doesn't want to get RNG. I mean, he's comfortable with this situation, and he just doesn't want to deal with the Diana.
Diana's getting pre-banned out here. Tian Lane getting pre-banned out here. PINKROID with the very first pick here. Let's see what he chooses to take away from OSSERU. A very quick Shizuka.
Instead of running a more first pick, goes with the Shizuka first pick. So PINKROID confidently is going to go tangle with some turn 2 play there. We're going to see the Gyu. Gyu's going to actually do a little bit of work, and PINKROID's not going to be able to take an Oliver here. So PINKROID lays in the Masha. Praha makes a lot of sense.
Yep, Masha, Praha. Very quick. PINKROID very certain with his drafts right now.
And I think we're going to see some sort of a Changpeng. Probably a Changpeng and one other AoE type unit. No speed lead yet. I don't think that quite makes sense. Or you could see a more Changpeng. More Changpeng's a perfectly fine opener. Either or, some variation of that is going to be consistent. Nana means he's going to go for a complete turn 2 play. Ooh. So he's going for a complete turn 2 with the Molly here, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a Tsarian at this point.
Yeah, he has to bring some form of a damage to wrap up his draft here to really signal, well, Tsarian's going to go to the other side of the field. I was not expecting that.
Well, as called, Tsarian would do very well here, but takes it back, so goes with the Molong, goes with the Dominic here. OSSERU showing us that he has the Dark Demon, but I think that Dark Demon's going to be banned out, and PINKROID's just going to be able to snipe units off, do a lot of damage. He's got a lot of resilience with the Shizuka, with the Praha, and just so much threat on his side of the field.
Definitely, PINKROID with a very, very strong and prepared draft here for OSSERU. That Beelzebub, definitely not going to be a unit making it through here.
Yeah, typically a unit that brings volatility in the matchup. Don't want to let through, but instead decides to take out that Nana and lets that Beelzebub go through. So interesting choice by PINKROID here.
Yep, HP leads for both players here, but a 44 lead coming out for OSSERU. We've going into match number 3 with OSSERU and PINKROID, with Masha kicking things off for us.
Yeah, Masha kicks things off. He's going to lay down the Gyu first with the Molong Dominic opening here. So OSSERU's going to be down 3 units of 4 here, and that Dark Demon's going to need to do a lot of work later.
And that's so much damage coming towards the Gyo, and that Rex Assault's going to be there to finish that unit off. All things nature coming out to reapply the immunity. Yeah,
so that Cardinal's not going to be able to do anything. Does strip off that Dominic's a little lucky there. That Dominic's taking quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, he's OSSERU going all in there with all these skills. Gets the massive kill there, putting PINKROID on the back foot right now. Look at him, he was very surprised about that reaction.
Wow, PINKROID missing the defense break on the Masha. He was counting on using that defense break to take out that Masha, so super unlucky, not able to do that there. So that's why Gyu's still on the field. But again, PINKROID down 3 units of 4 here, but OSSERU was going to lose a unit here, might lose that Geo soon.
Let's see what happens, because I mean, he was able to take out that Dark Demon one more time with bringing his Dominic back to the field here. He does have, OSSERU does have a Provoke available to help provoke up that Shizuka, looking for a little bit of damage there to throw at Masha.
Yeah, PINKROID's gonna need a couple procs on this Masha. That's a massive stun on that Molong here. Allows him to take paralyze that Molong here. PINKROID needs to take some turns on that Masha. Masha's going down in HP. That's a big proc.
Yeah, that's a big proc indeed. Defense break is going to be applied towards that Connell. Connell looking about just under half. All skills available. Kama's going to be landing on top of the Molong. A little bit of poke damage. Getting the Despair stun on top of the Shizuka as well.
Wow, and that Cardinal does have skill 2 available, and if it does proc, it's going to have skill 3 available. Look at the attack bars here. Molong might not be able to take that Cardinal out, so I think OSSERU's in a good spot.
Yep, going in for a big second skill, confirming that dismount on top of the Masha. See what happens here. We do have Molong with the first skill, getting that defense break reapplied, but it's going to get cleansed up by the Molly. Molly getting an additional turn, healing the team up, looking really good for OSSERU right now.
That's a massive proc on that Molly. That's a lot of HP on that Cardinal, and that shield is a lot to go through. So PINKROID in trouble here, does not have a defense break. That's not enough damage coming from that Masha. No procs coming from the side of PINKROID. PINKROID's in a world of hurt.
Definitely in a world of hurt indeed. We're going to see a Provoke going out here, potentially just looking to get a kill on top of the Masha. Does apply a ton of damage towards that Shizuka right now. Reapplying the defense break there, but Molly not getting another turn.
Wow, and that Shizuka going down is absolutely massive here. That Dark Demon comes back, and there's no way PINKROID can deal with this.
Absolutely no way, because that is going to be it for the Masha, bringing back the Connell. And that is exactly why Beelzebub is so volatile as he is. OSSERU taking round 3.
And I think that one comes down to the Masha missing the defense break on that Gyu early on. I think PINKROID's a good enough of a player that he's thought down of what would happen when he takes out and snipes out certain units, takes out the Gyu, Dark Demon's going to take out Dominic, and then all of a sudden he just needs his Masha to land defense break. He's had that all calculated out. Unfortunately, he didn't realize that. He didn't think about, or maybe thought about and calculated, took the risk that there's a Molly on the field. And Molly does Molly things. Allowed OSSERU to, stay in the game here. A couple of procs there, and that was just too much for him to deal with.
Yep, OSSERU trying to take on a role that I like to call thickest of boys, doing very, very well there, keeping himself alive in that match indeed.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see in this fourth match here, PINKROID down 1-2. I don't think he's experienced this too often here. Back up against the wall. Gonna need to think of something to come back.
Yeah, let's see what happens. But PINKROID still calm, cool, collected as we get into game number 4 here with PINKROID and OSSERU.
Yeah, this would be a major upset if OSSERU were to take this. I mean, I think we saw the percentages earlier. PINKROID favored 54%, thinking he would win the whole thing. So PINKROID not in a position that many people are expecting. So we'll see what he's able to do here and see if he's able to capitalize on his LVs, better drafting, have some luck go his way.
All right, let's get into this match. Number 4 with PINKROID and OSSERU. Pre-bans from last time. The Diana and the Tian Lang now available. New pre-bans getting locked in right now.
Yeah, and PINKROID will have access to that Tian Lang now, so that Tian Lang is going to help him a lot. It's going to probably have to be force banned anyways in the draft, but it's going to allow PINKROID to construct a much stronger draft. OSSERU's team revolves entirely around turn 2 and you know, not dealing with the Tian Lang. So both players I think PINKROID probably taking his time with the pre-ban here. Goes with the Nana pre-ban, and we see the Dominic pre-ban from OSSERU.
Nana and Dominic in the pre-ban here. OSSERU with the very first pick here in this round, number 4.
Yeah, so OSSERU is saying that he doesn't want to deal with the same Mo Long, Dominic, Tableau cleave here. Takes out the Dominic, lays into Shizuka, so we're going to see a turn 2 type style play here. And PINKROID might even, should probably think about like a more Changpeng. But he could honestly go with a lot of different things. Doesn't have a Dominic here, so his options kind of cut off. It's either going to be an Oliver or a Moore here. So it goes with the Oliver and then probably a Masha here at this point. If you're going to go with an Oliver, it's either Masha or Moore. It's going to be one of these picks. It goes with the Praha. Okay, so neither of them, but does decide he wants that speed buff, does he decide he wants that healing over time.
Yep, there's Akio coming back to the field here alongside the Kernel as well for OSSERU. Tian Lang Masha coming out very confidently for PINKROID.
So PINKROID is definitely leaving the Geo on the side of the field and may decide to leave that Kernel in here. That Geo is gonna be very wide open for this Masha Tian Lang here.
Let's see what OSSERU is going to be wrapping up his draft after seeing Tian Lang and Masha.
Yeah,
Definitely could be a lot of things here.
Yeah, and I think OSSERU here needs to double down on his turn 2 play. I mean, at this point here, PINKROID's just representing too much speed, so he does double down on his turn 2 play. Goes with that Molly, goes with that Leo here. And if I'm PINKROID, the thing that's probably the scariest is probably that Leo. So I think we're going to see a Leo ban here. He's going to angle towards that, and I wouldn't be surprised to see, I think he needs some sort of immunity. So we could see a Wusa ban on that Leo, or we could see, you know, a Riley or something. Goes with the Changpeng. Interesting. Changpeng also works if he wants to go down and just cleave his opponent, but I think Wusa's going to be more consistent with how he's picked previously.
Let's see what he wraps up his draft, and it is going to be a Jogun, the last unit going to be wrapping up his draft here. I wonder if that's going to signal potentially letting the Leo through.
I think a Jogun does absolutely mean the Leo's going to be let through here. But if I'm OSSERU, I think I take out that Jogun because that's just a lot of volatility you don't want to deal with. So we're not going to see a Jogun today here. PINKROID's basically going to have kind of this Tian Lang that makes it difficult for the Oliver to do much. And then we're going to have Masha that may not do enough damage in this Leo-Molly combination. So PINKROID is going to need a couple procs if he wants to win. Otherwise, this Molly is going to out-sustain him.
Well, let's see what happens. He's got a resistance lead on the side of the field, an HP lead coming out for OSSERU. Round number 4. Let's get into it.
Yeah, so PINKROID here is going to need a strong opener. Does not get a defense break, so every little bit like that does matter. Big lack of damage coming out. PINKROID needs to find an opening here.
There's the Kama getting applied to the Praha. We do have skills available with the Tian Lang. Tian Lang could lay down that volatility, knowing that the skills of Shizuka are up. Chooses to go for the defense break on the side of the OSSERU on Leo.
Yeah, and that Leo is taking quite a bit of damage here, so PINKROID's able to take another turn, and if that defense break sticks, PINKROID might be able to take it out.
Ooh, looking for the attack bar reduction on Molly, not receiving it there. Ton of healing going out on top of the Leo, and there's that third skill, getting Kama across the field with the defense breaks as well, getting immunity up for his team. A little bit of damage coming towards that Leo.
Yeah, Leo's gonna need to take a couple shots, does not get a proc there. That's a massive proc from that Masha.
That's a big proc right there, but you gotta be worried about that torrent that it's currently not up at the moment.
Yeah, not up at the moment, and at the same time there, that Molly's there is able to pick up that Leo, so that's a lot of damage PINKROID's taken. That Praha does have a 2-turn defense break, and that's a massive proc from that Shizuka.
Yeah, big proc coming out of Shizuka. They're looking to get rid of that Praha. Does get that kill right there. No more sustain on the side of PINKROID right now. Does get a double despair stun going out in the Geo and the Shizuka. Got that Leo looking a little low right now. He has to remove that unit from the field. Does get that kill. Oliver's going to be online to deal a little bit more damage than he was doing before.
Yeah, and at this point here, PINKROID is in a good spot here. Does have the Tian Lang Masha, and that Masha is a really good Masha, so that's going to be able to do a lot of damage here. PINKROID just needs to take out another unit.
Exactly. Despair stuns are rolling out from this Gio on both that Oliver and that Tian Lang as well. A little bit of poke damage coming out on the defense broken Tian Lang, but we got that third skill happening, reapplying Karma to the field with the stuns as well.
Yeah, but again, OSSERU does not have much damage, but that is a massive defense break and a lot of stuns going on this Tian Lang. Tian Lang taking so much damage right now.
Yeah, a ton of stuns are being rolled out by this this Gio. Just that's really working in OSSERU's favor right now.
Yeah, and again, OSSERU just needs to take out this Tian Lang, and PINKROID's going to be losing a lot. OSSERU has that Molly. It's going to be able to keep his team up, so it's doing a lot of work here.
Oliver's able to proc out of the Karma, so that's not going to be available. No dice happening with that second skill, receiving absolutely nothing for Tian Lang.
Receiving absolutely nothing, and if this defense break lands, we're going to see that Shizuka finish this Tian Lang off.
See what happens here. He's definitely thinking about it. Does he go and get it? He does get that defense break. Defense break is going to be coming back to the Gio. He is going to get the kill with that Masha.
Wow, what a massive revenge proc. Does allow him to get create a kill opportunity for that Masha.
If there's that third skill with Oliver, he needs to keep back the Shizuka. It is just a water unit and a sustain unit with the Molly. There's no sustain on the side of PINKROID right now. He has to push back these attack bars and not let OSSERU take advantage of him.
Yeah, but at this point here, this is a full HP Masha, full HP Oliver, and this is a lot of damage coming from the side of PINKROID here. So I think PINKROID has the tempo, has the momentum, looking like he's in a great spot.
He was not able to get the defense breaks here, but he does have a lot of damage for him. You're going to see all things happening right there. Stuns coming out. Karma was coming out. Everything fell off already. There's that strip happening with the Molly onto the Masha. Second skill is available on Shizuka.
But again, OSSERU does not have any damage here, does not have defense break, does not have damage here. So I think PINKROID's in a good spot.
A lot of damage coming out of Leo onto the Oliver. It's going to be fading away right there. Let's see what happens. He's able to drop this Molly. No additional turns going to be coming out for PINKROID here. You can see possibly a second skill going out to apply onto the Molly here. A little bit of poke damage coming out. No defense break is going to be applied, but he is going to have third skill available to shut down the Shizuka. Shizuka's looking almost dead there. There you have it. There is no way OSSERU's going to win with just this Molly here.
Definitely not. PINKROID able to hang on for dear life, takes out units here, and is going to look to send us to another ace match.
We're looking at a game 5. PINKROID hanging on, taking round 4 away from OSSERU.
Wow, what a match for PINKROID there. Able to hang in there, strong mental fortitude, and really lucky to get that revenge defense break from that Tian Lang, allowing him to take out that Gio with that Masha. So kind of lucky there. That was a lot of damage. I mean, PINKROID's Tian Lang does a lot of damage, and I think that's what allowed him to kind of tip the scales in his favor and allow that Masha to secure that kill.
Most definitely. PINKROID holding on. He is well-runed units here. We know that a lot of his units, if they're dealing damage, they're dealing lots of damage. This Tian Lang, probably with a lot of additional damage artifacts as well, bringing a ton to the table here.
Yeah, definitely bringing a lot to the table. Unfortunately for PINKROID, he's not going to be able to use that Tian Lang in this last match here. So he's got to show us he's got to be able to win without a Tian Lang here.
Well, let's see what happens, because we're going to be getting into another game number 5 with PINKROID and OSSERU. Pre-bans will be coming out shortly as well.
Yeah, so we're going to see that Tian Lang pre-ban. And the question is, what is PINKROID going to pre-ban? He showed us he pre-banned Diana before, he's pre-banned Gio before, so he might be thinking along the same lines, but I don't think he's one doing that. So
let's see if he pre-bans the Gio. It was extremely volatile in that last match, or it could be that Beelzebub that he does not want to see here as we get into game number 5, and it is going to be Gio and Oliver getting pre-banned here in this game number 5.
Okay, interesting. So OSSERU deciding that he's okay to deal with the Tian Lang here. Also probably anticipated the Gio pre-ban, so very wise to take out that Oliver and take away options from PINKROID. PINKROID probably going to lay down the Shizuka first pick and again go for turn 2 here.
Let's see what OSSERU is going to use here and going to respond after seeing the Shizuka draft coming out of PINKROID here.
Yeah, we're probably going to see some sort of a Praha Karnal or Praha or a Nana X. So we see a Nana Karnal here from the side of OSSERU, and PINKROID's going to probably think about laying down the Praha, and then we're going to see one more unit, maybe we're going to see a Praha for sure. So it's going to be a Praha, and then probably either a Masha. I would like to see a Masha, some form of damage. Dominic's also very valid pick here.
Yep. Nana and Connell being drafted by OSSERU. PINKROID looking to respond, really taking his time up here in this timer in this game number 5. There's the Praha. There's the Changpong being drafted by PINKROID.
Got it. So PINKROID does decide to go with that Praha, takes the Changpong, so leaves his draft open-ended here. Is potentially going to be able to lay in some sort of cleave elements to his draft. OSSERU here needs to be very careful. This pick here is not going to be able to take an Oliver. Hasn't shown us that he likes to take more at all. So I think we're going to see probably some form of, Diana's, some sort of turn 2 play. I mean, I think the Juno's very valid here. Goes with the Sagar, so not quite the turn 2 play. I would expect the Sagar to outspeed the Praha and the Changpeng on the side of PINKROID.
Let's see what happens. PINKROID, last picks here, wrapping up his draft. We're looking at a Carlos and a Robo G92.
All right, well, I like this Carlos and a Nana, so we definitely know the Nana's going to be let through here. Decides not to lay it down. Goes with the other side, the other more conservative pick of completing the AoE cleave type style of a more Masha. Also PINKROID's better rune units. He has a really nice Masha here. So I think this is a really solid draft from PINKROID here. He's well positioned to ban out that last unit. If that last unit is a slow unit, he might decide to take out that Sagar though.
Yeah, it would have been extremely interesting to see the Carlos and the Robo G92 here wrapping up the draft. But we're going to see a G92 coming out for OSSERU. Could it be the same Robo or is it different?
I don't think we're going to find out. I think he's going to take out that Robo. And we're going to see OSSERU take out the... Yeah, exactly. He's going to take out the speed lead here. So we're going to see Sagar probably open up on PINKROID's units. And then we're going to see how much damage this Masha does. And PINKROID's going to need to get a couple procs on that Masha in order to take this one home.
All right, guys. This is game number 5 with Sagar kicking things off for OSSERU.
Yeah, so Sagar should be resetting the Praha here. Once he decides to reset the Praha here, PINKROID's going to be able to need to do a lot of damage on the rest of the team. Does not get it though.
Ooh, it does get that resistance from Praha. Praha still having skills available. Defense break's going to be landing on top of the Juno. Juno healing up with skills available. We could go for an AoE strip here. Interesting
choice to go after Juno first and not go after the Sagar there. I thought PINKROID would have wanted to secure some kills and take away the Nana orbs there. Did not take attack bar from the Juno, so PINKROID needs to get some more damage in.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming towards that Juno, but Juno's able to heal the team up, getting absolutely nothing out of that strip.
That's an absolutely massive whiff because there's 2 turn speed buff on the side of PINKROID, and that's a lot of momentum he's going to have. He's going to be able to take this and snowball and basically take this match. He's got speed buff across the board and so much damage.
Oh, PINKROID changing targets, no longer going after the Juno, swapping over to the Sagar here. And you can see that OSSERU trying to get the dismount on top of the Masha is going to be getting that dismount on the Masha.
That's a very big proc there. Does allow him to get that dismount, so no more no more defense break from the side of PINKROID.
Yep, I think he's got to go for that skill number 3 there to sleep everybody here and try to heal up. Choosing not to, going for skill 1 into that Juno.
Yeah, unluckily does get revenge, so that Juno does get some more attack bar here. This is going to be an strong AoE reset and 2 massive despair stuns from this
massive despair stuns on both Slayers here. We've got skills coming out here. It's just a little bit of poke damage coming towards this Juno. PINKROID really wants to get it. Misses crits on top of that Juno as well.
Big miss of crit there, but does not lay a debuff on that Juno, so no healing for OSSERU.
Oh, and there's another orb coming out onto that, finishing off the Masha, getting an orb for the Nana here, looking really good for OSSERU.
Yeah, absolutely massive proc for OSSERU there. No more Masha means that PINKROID doesn't really have a good kill opportunity.
Does not at all. Notice Bear Sun's going to be coming out on top of the Changpeng. Oh, getting countered by this Juno. Juno's just able to get so many turns here. We do have a skill 3 available. Let's see if he chooses to go for it. He really wants to try and drop this Juno to help get rid of the orbs that are on top of this Nana. Not getting any additional turns here. There goes another unit. That is 2 more orbs popping up on top of this Nana, and that I think is going to be it here. OSSERU doing some big things against PINKROID in game number 5.
Yeah, I think PINKROID miscalculated the damage there. Did not expect that much damage coming out from that Cardinal there, so unfortunately PINKROID's going to be down here in a lot of trouble here. Nana still has an orb there. PINKROID in a world of hurt right now.
Definitely in a world of hurt a lot. He's looking to get rid of this Juno as soon as possible. Doesn't receive it here. That does have soul protection still on top of this prof. It comes back here. All orbs now gone, but the additional turn's going to be rolling out here. Does not finish off that Praha just yet, getting the sleeves and trying to heal up his team and sustain just a little bit here.
Does not get it, but at the same time, PINKROID's going to be able to take out a unit here. Might be able to take out this Juno.
He's really trying to take out this Juno. He doesn't want to see this unit anymore on the field. Does get that kill. No more orbs going to be available. Another additional turn coming up from this Cardinal.
So many procs and a huge proc from this Shizuka
Massive
here.
proc from Shizuka. All things happening to OSSERU's team here, trying to take advantage of all these negative effects here. He's just pounding away at this Cardinal, getting big heals. His team is saved. PINKROID absolutely celebrating right now. Check out this damage onto Cardinal, finishing off that unit here. It is a lonely Sagar.
What a match here, and PINKROID's able to secure the kill here. PINKROID's just so great at this game.
It really was absolutely incredible to see this comeback here. PINKROID taking round 5 away from OSSERU.